Hello. I am live yet again. I am in a row right now. I'm on a roll, but I am going to talk about something important. And this message, like yesterday, was really something that will inspire you. And this will be a message for you. To whoever is seeing this message, if you're watching live, say hi to me. And if you're watching replay, comment #replay. And I am doing these lives, these videos for the person who needs this. So if you are an entrepreneur, a woman coach, or a coach, content creator, my main target audiences are women coaches. But I know for a fact that if you find this message, then it means that this is specifically for you, because this is something that you can apply. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be in your W-2 job or your W-2, and I know that this will help you as well. And if you are trying to prepare to be an entrepreneur. So my message is work hard, stay disciplined, pray, and then let God do what only God can do. And this is, maybe I didn't say that as powerful, but I'm gonna repeat that. Work hard, stay disciplined and focused, pray, and then let God do what God can do, what only God can do. Because there are things that we can do and there are things that we can not control. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about. So what are the things that we can control? Even if we know this, sometimes we forget, or sometimes we don't really recognize until someone tells us. So I'm going to be the person to call that out for you, right? What are the things that we can control? Showing up, even if it's hard, even if it's impossible, even if there's a lot of things lined up for you or you're being pulled from different directions. I have a lot of stuff to do, but I paused because this is a message that I have delivered to you. So what you can control is showing up, being disciplined, doing the work you said that you will do, and what you would do, being excellent in your craft. If that means hiring a coach, a mentor, or investing in your knowledge in courses, watching YouTube, right? Again, getting a mentor or a coach will speed up your process of you having to fail, right? Serving people well, creating, posting, speaking, inviting, making decisions with wisdom, and you preparing your business like someone God can trust with more. So these are your responsibilities. These are the things that you can control from your end. And this is where obedience lives. Again, showing up, being disciplined, using the work you said that you are doing, the work that you said that you will do, being excellent in your craft, whatever it takes to be able to really be good at your craft and give other people results, give yourself results, serving people really well, and creating whatever you can create, right? Can be email marketing, social media posting, creating tools that will help your students, that will help your customers get the results that they want to achieve, right? Whatever that may look like for you or for them. Posting, speaking, inviting, making decisions with wisdom, preparing your business like someone God can trust with more. And the next step that you cannot control is something outside your control. And I'm pretty sure that you know what you can control, what you cannot control. Sometimes it's not something that is easy to define. And when I tell you this, then you're going to understand. What you cannot control is who sees your work, right? You can put yourself out there. Algorithm will throw it to the right people, but whoever sees it is not something that you can control. What you can control is showing up, putting yourself out there. You know, if you know that a lot of people engage us more in the morning, those are the things that you can control. But who will see it is not something that you can control. Who says yes, right? This is different from the yes if you present to someone, right? This is the yes. If, people say, yes, I'm going to follow you. Yes, I'm going to subscribe. Yes, I'm going to register. Yes, whatever that yes looks like in public, but in private, when you are presenting, what you can control from your end is nailing down your presentation, really being prepared so that you can articulate the value of what you're offering. So that's the yes that you can control. What you can control in that yes is that, do they see you as the person who's someone they want to work with? Are we aligned, in when it comes to business? But all you can do is present and cover what you can cover, your social proof, your testimonials, your results, what you're offering, right? And then next is who shares your content. You won't be able to know who's going to share your content. You can't control any of that. If they see that your content is something worth sharing and a message for someone else, so if you want to share this, you can share this as well. But you cannot control who shares the content. But what you can control from your end is telling people, call to action, to share your content and follow you for more, right? And also people referring you to someone else. What you can control is asking your clients or people to refer you to anyone who is interested in whatever solution to the problem that you are solving. So that's what you can control. What you cannot control is who's going to really do it. I mean, you can follow up with them, you can remind them, but again, at the end of the day, whoever does take action is what you cannot control. Another thing that you can control, so these are just examples, okay? But you can you can apply it to your own business or your own situation. Who joins into your program? Who says yes? Basically, it's almost a yes, right? Whoever joins into your program. Again, what you can control is letting them know, what they're going to be getting out of your program, the transformation, whatever testimonials you have. But then again, it's for them. Is it for them? Is it aligned for them? In this situation, can I invest in this certain, amount of money or whatever whatever's stopping them from enrolling into your program? But sometimes it just aligns, and usually that's a reason why those master classes are good workshops, those live events, is because women already know that or people already know that this is what they want. This is the result that they want to achieve. So they join in. So the next best step is offering them the main offer or main program. So that's the reason why. So, that's what's in your control, right? Whoever joins in or moves forward or steps to the next step, your next offer is something that is not in your control. And how fast momentum grows. Again, you can show up, you can give value like this. How fast people will recognize that, they love your content is not something that you can control, right? You can't sound desperate and tell people like you have to like, share, subscribe. You cannot force people to do that. They'll scroll past you. Scroll past your content. And how connections line up behind the scenes. Like you don't know. So with you doing the things that you can control, really doing a great job, really, giving results to whoever is right in front of you, really taking care of them. And it's just a matter of time for one client to talk about you and talk about the results that you have provided for them for that referral to take action and move to the next step with you, right? Or inquire with you. And so all of these things that you cannot control, this is where the surrender lives, right? Because you can be good at sales, you can hone your skills in sales. You can hire people to help you out with sales. You your live events, your like just everything that will help you close the deal. And again, whoever really says yes to you is not something that you can control. Hi, Keith. Thank you for watching. All right, next will be inspired action. How God speaks into your business or into your life. All right, so inspired action is that sudden idea that feels easy and obvious. It just comes to you. There are just moments that you are sitting down or even taking a shower, and then all of a sudden you get this inspired idea. I have had those where I was editing while I was taking a shower, just because the ideas keep on coming in. 3 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping and you get that inspired idea, I take action, especially if I don't feel sleepy. Like, I have to do it right there and then, because you have to create it, because that's what's gonna open up what your next step will be. So it's the next step you couldn't have made up yourself. And I've had so many of those, like, what? Like, it's just really like a miracle, or it's just out of this world when you don't have to manufacture an idea. It just comes to you. God just gives it to you, and you have to learn how to listen. If you keep on having all of these inspired ideas and you keep on thinking, well, I think I'm just going crazy, or it's just too berserk to be doing that. And I've had those kinds of friends where they have all these crazy ideas, but they don't really act upon it or don't take action. So then your next step is not gonna be revealed to you, right? But if you take action on the very first step, so for example, right, one moment I had an inspired idea to put together a specific kind of offer, and I laid it out right away. If you need ChatGPT, do that. All right, to simplify your life. We are in this moment right now where we can use tools like ChatGPT, like Opus Clips, Facebook, social media, right? There's so many help for you to be able to apply whatever inspired ideas you have and take action. You have access to the whole world, www, World Wide Web. You have access. It's not even just internet, it's the social media. Here, wherever I'm delivering my message to you, you have access to the whole world. And if you're not utilizing that, taking that next step to deliver that message, like this message that I'm giving to you right now is an inspired idea that I had to deliver. And I am just obeying, and I know that this will help you out. So again, inspired action, right? It's the person who, inspired action is that sudden idea that feels easy and obvious. And sometimes it's not easy, but for you, it becomes easy because everything gets lined up, right? Even creating an app, it will be easy because you have an inspiration of, okay, I saw a piece of this puzzle yesterday. I can apply that in how to develop this certain app, right? So you are given different ingredients in different moments of your time and the memories that you have in this present in order for you to fulfill your inspired ideas. So it's the person who messaged you out of nowhere. And I've had so many, I'm not sure if you've had those, where people just message you out of nowhere and it's just a line, So those are the things, or the inspired actions, or how God speaks into your business. It's the opportunities that just happens, opportunities that lines up, guests speaking, people inviting you, people referring you, people messaging you out of nowhere. So those are the things that makes you think, did this really happen? Right? These are things that you can't control, right? So what we usually do, and I have these moments too, where sometimes we grind so hard that we never pause long enough for us to hear God. So when you are in this moment where you're grinding, like you're putting posts, you're creating this, you like, I need to, to be in control of the results, right? And to the point that you're not hearing, that inspired idea anymore. You're not able to pause and pray and listen what the next step is. And sometimes we assume that silence from God, if we are asking or waiting for that inspired idea, if you're already good with listening to what your next step is, and if you are obedient, sometimes God doesn't say anything. It's just silent. And I've had this situation yesterday. I was waiting for an inspired action or what to do next, and it was silent. I didn't have anything, and that silence that I had was a revelation to me. It revealed to me I needed to rest. Because for the past few weeks I was just grinding and just worrying, and I was even forcing, like, why are you not talking to me? And it was because of that. I just needed to rest, just enjoy putting on makeup, getting ready in the morning, enjoy your rest in the morning, but at the same time, still waking up. I still woke up 5:30. I did not, prepare right away. I, took my moment of prayer and gratitude and all of that. And then 6:30, I did, did my hair and makeup just so I can be presentable like this. So that is, that can be a part of your day as to where you won't have inspired action. So embrace it while you don't have the task as of yet. And sometimes we feel like we are failing when results slow down. And I've had so many moments like this as to where, why is the result not coming right at this moment? And I would cry to God, like, what am I doing wrong? What haven't I done? And that's when you need to slow down. You need alignment. And one of my clients, she did remind me of that because she needed alignment too. And I was like, it was God speaking using her voice. And she said, like, I need, some peace. She didn't want to talk to us. And I was thinking, like, that's what you need to, like, that's exactly what I felt. So I did have that moment of peace by myself, alignment. Because in alignment, that's when you'll know what the next step is. So sometimes we feel like we are failure because results are slowing down, people are not showing up, but really it's you surrendering and believing that it will happen. And so when God really, when that happens, he's just resetting the moment. He's resetting your strength, because what's about to happen next is something that you need to prepare for, right? And sometimes it is a test of how faithful you are and how faithful your people are. The people who say, hi, I'm with you, I want to be in your team, or I want to work with you. But when things slow down, they will be tested too, right? So that's a part of it. So what this really teaches us is that, I don't, although some people really thrive in, I wouldn't say pressure, because pressure is going to be there, right? Pressure in fulfilling, making sure that things are good and well, but it's more about hustle. And the hustle part is you trying to control the outcome, trying to control who you're gonna, you can control who you're gonna meet, but who you meet after that meeting is not something that you can control, right? So hustling as to where you are not slowing down to listen to what the next guidance is. You can hustle, but that can be exhausting, really. But I'm also not teaching laziness. So it's not about laying down, not doing anything. Because me, I lay down usually at 5:30. I get up and I do, movements, just listen to strategy. What do I do next? I was just fast paced, and you can be discipline, waking up 5:30, waking up your mind and spirit, thanking God, doing your gratitude, your prayer, your meditation, however you call it, and then going about, preparing for your day. Let's stop serious talking, right? All right, so next is, the most important thing is just, alignment and obedience. So aligning yourself with what really is, what your next step is, and also obeying. Like if you have inspired action, if you keep on putting it off and not taking action at that moment, it will be gone. So I'm gonna give an example. So hi there, Michelle. So for example, when I was creating my offer, I didn't have certain information in there that will benefit my clients. And one morning I realized, because God would usually talk to me in the morning, and I just realized that when we offered a $297 offer the first time, and this is gonna start getting boring. Hello. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I did go live because of this, because I know there's gonna be someone like you who will need this message. But yeah, so I had this offer, $297 offer, which will help with the tech, but not help the client. And the client that I had was busy. She couldn't do any of these things to launch her service. And one morning, God said, create something, a pre-launch packages to where you can support her in, setting up everything. And then we are not included in the contents and all of that. So sure enough, when I did offer that to her, because the highest package that we have is done for you everything, and she couldn't take advantage of that. So when I did offer her the other one, it was just like so easy. She just took it. So when you have inspired action in the morning, whatever it is, and sometimes you're so inspired in the morning and then it will die down in the afternoon and you're just gonna end up not doing it. So you have to do it right at that moment. So if you get inspired action, that's great to hear. She said that's what she's been doing. Yeah, so when you get an inspired action in the morning, you write it down right away. And also you can use ChatGPT to expound everything, right? But I would flush out everything all the message first from God, right? And some people don't term it as that. There's some people term it differently, but for me it's just, God inspired action. So I write it down right away, check and see what other details, because you will have idea, and sometimes there are more to come, what the details. And as you write them down, as you write your ideas, then you will get the elements, the ingredients. And as you write it down, that's when the ideas will flow. So you have to do it in that moment, because if it's, in the afternoon, that's it, right? No, not boring. And I believe God sent me to you. That is what I've been doing. I have many inspired actions, and it has all of his. Yes. If you don't, you have to do it right at that moment. Have a pen and paper available right beside you. With me, I put it on my phone and the notes, do that right away. Or I use ChatGPT right after I get all of everything that is included, the ingredients on taking that next step. People have no clue lower suicide rate. Yeah, sometimes I've had those students where they would say, I cannot sleep. I think I have, what is it when you cannot, not amnesia, but how do you say this when you can find businesses that are so, yeah, that's a good business. Yeah, just putting yourself out there. But if you listen to the beginning of my video, this will really be helpful. But what I'm saying is that I had that student where she couldn't sleep, so she was thinking all of these things, I'm overthinking, and she didn't know that these are ideas, inspired ideas that's coming to her. So I did tell her, like, write it down, expound it, because those ideas didn't come to you for nothing. It's what you have been praying for. It's what you have been praying for and asking God, like, what do I really do? What am I meant to do? Like, what's my purpose? Right? And when you receive those inspired ideas, you just trash them, then how can you create, how can you really build if you're not creating all those small details that, that he's giving to you? Yes, give it to ChatGPT. It will organize your thoughts, and it will expound it. But of course, making sure that all the ingredients was already handed off to you, like you have extracted it. So staying really in prayer and locking in what the message is and what the next step is, and using ChatGPT for the, to help out, flush out all of those information and organize the thoughts. That's how I exactly created what I'm delivering to you, is because that's the inspired ideas, and however it is organized, it's because of ChatGPT. But this is exactly what I want to be able to deliver to you, so that's good. Yes and no one as a dream or vision. So yeah, so you sometimes it comes in vision, sometimes it comes in dreams, sometimes it's just like you just get it, like you just know that you have to do this and you just have to do it, because otherwise, again, it's gonna be hard to do it in the afternoon when you're gonna be thinking, like, I've had so many of those, over 39 years of my life. I had so many ideas, and I'm like, that's just another idea, I'm gonna get over it, right? So take advantage of it while you're at it in the morning. Write it down, get as much information as you can, and the next steps are gonna be amazing. You have to trust, you have to let go. I've been lacking in prayer, and I realize I get autopilot, try to do self-help planner. I have last month I was locked into doing all the strategy, like 5 minutes of gratitude maybe, and then like, okay, what's next, what's in my control, but yeah, so in the beginning of this video, I did talk about what you can control, what you need to hand off to God. And so, and some people are not really religious, some people are not too spiritual. So the prayer doesn't have to be, if you're not spiritual. I am grateful that I have accountability partner who does that for me. She gives me devotions, but just staying silent in the morning and just waiting for that message will really be helpful. It's not self-help plan. I understand what you're saying. Like, you get into the zone where you just depend on yourself. But yeah, waking up in the morning and sitting still, if you're not a religious person, it really helps out if you have message or Bible, because it helps out with the word. I don't, but I do. I have been praying every time, and that really helps out with hearing what the next message is. But scrolling through, like, the message comes to me. Like, I love watching Terry Savelle Foy. I love watching Minnie and Mighty. Like, there's so many inspiration to pull. There are so many sources of inspiration to pull from. Misty God, chosen vessel. That is good. That sounds really good. Yeah, so I think that, having that moment, prayer and also strategy, good mix, because sometimes it can be imbalanced, but do what you can control. Don't be lazy, right? Because we can tend to get overwhelmed. I get distracted too fast, and if I don't have things lined up right in front of me, I do go outside the topic a lot of times. I love Mel Robbins. Yeah, so Christian music. Yeah, so anything that will inspire you in those moments that you are not all there. You're not put together, you're crying because your results are not there. So yeah, so just make sure that you sit down and pray to him, because either way you're gonna hear something. I'm supposed to be making calls. Go ahead and make your calls. That's the action. That's your next step. But thank you for tuning in, Michelle. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna put it in this one in short form. I'm gonna enter it into, I was supposed to do something tech today, but ChatGPT told me it's gonna get boring. But I use Opus Clips. So I create a long form. Opus Clips will clip it and put it into short form. And that's the reason why I create the content that I create, because it helps out. It helps those 1 minute or less than 1 minute video travel farther than my lives. No one usually watches lives and reels when you scroll through reels. I'm gonna message you and catch up with you. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. I'm gonna place this video in clips, and I'll see you soon. Bye.